I tested out the Dyson Air Straight and the Shark FlexFusion Air Straightener to see which would cause more heat damage to my hair. I've been on a hair growth journey for the last year or so, ever since I started noticing my hair falling out in massive clumps. I started oiling it every single week, massaging it every single day, using the high frequency wand, getting an LED hat, like everything you can think of, for like a year. And then last month, I started noticing my round brush was like covered in hair. So I'm like, maybe that's like ripping it out. So I got this, the Shark Straight thing, and I've been using this for the last month. But then the other day, I noticed what could have been a bunch of breakage or a bunch of new growth. I don't really know. So I started getting paranoid that maybe I shouldn't have gotten the Shark because it has these plates in it. And that just like you're always told not to use hot plates on wet hair. So it just got me paranoid and thinking I maybe should have chosen the Dyson instead. They both claim that they're designed to straighten hair from wet to dry using their own like innovative airflow technology without damaging hair or minimizing damage to hair or whatever. So I figured I'd get over my FOMO and test them out. I even got this infrared digital laser thermometer thing that ChatGPT said was the best way to accurately get the temperature of both of them. So trying this out. So I did a few tests because I wasn't sure the best way to do it. For reference, I have fine, very frizzy, curly-ish hair. I've never dyed it. I've never highlighted it, but it's always been a bit fragile. And for all the tests, I'm using both tools on their highest fan setting and their medium heat setting. For the first test, I let both of them run for a solid 2 minutes, and then I got a temperature readout on the flat area that the hair passes through. I tried to be as exact as I could. I used a tape measure to get 12 inches away from both of them. Then I needed to test it on my hair. So I got my hair mostly dry with this special towel thing that I love. And then I used a special detangler brush to, again, minimize rippage and breakage. And I always use earplugs just to protect my ears. And then I started with the Shark on half my hair. I just did it how I normally do it. I took small sections and I kept going over it until it went from wet to dry. Every so often I would stop and take the temperature of my hair for the section that I had just finished. And I would take it from the hottest part of the machine. And then I did the same thing on the other side with the Dyson. I went over each section. I noticed with the Dyson, I could actually take slightly bigger sections, which was really nice. But I went over each one, until it was dry. And then just like from the Shark, every so often I took measurements from my hair itself and from the machine itself. Here are the final numbers. So for the 2-minute test, the Shark got hotter at 220 degrees versus the Dyson at 154 degrees. For my hair temperature when I was drying it, I took the average of all of the measurements I got, and they actually both averaged the same, 132 degrees. For the machines, the Shark averaged 197 degrees, and the Dyson averaged 150 degrees. So bottom line, the Shark definitely gets hotter than the Dyson, but the temperature of my hair itself for both of them was exactly the same. I will say too that the Dyson dried my hair faster, and it left it a little bit less frizzy than the Shark side. I actually used this after to touch up the Shark side. So based on this, I think the Dyson is the winner. What do you think?